Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is part 2 of the SAP Solution Manager video series. In part 1, I gave an introduction to the Solution Manager and talked about its history and the core purpose of using the Solution Manager. If you haven't watched it, please do so before watching this video, as this one is a continuation of part 1. I have provided the video link to that part 1 in the video description below. In this video, I'm going to provide more details about the different types of functionalities available in Solution Manager. The first one is called Application Operations. This component contains multiple sub-functionalities or sub-tools like system monitoring, integration monitoring, user experience monitoring, root cause analysis, and few dashboards. It is basically based on automated checks that are performed in regular time intervals on SAP systems in the landscape. Mainly 4 different categories are monitored. Those categories are availability, performance, exceptions, and configuration. In each of these categories, several metrics and thresholds are monitored. These metrics can be customized as per your requirements. To give you an example, you can set up alert notifications for whenever an SAP system stops working in your landscape. So the monitoring tool will constantly check for the availability of multiple SAP systems in your landscape, and when a particular SAP system stops working, it will send an alert to an email ID that is configured in the tool, so that you can avoid costly disruption to the business because you jumped onto the issue and resolved it as quickly as it appeared. The other example is you can set up alerts for technical performances. So if a system is slow and not responding properly, you can set it up to send alerts to the email ID that is configured in the tool. Basically, these application operation functionalities provide tools that can be used to monitor, operate, and improve technical aspects of SAP systems in your landscape. The next one is Business Process Operations. It contains tools like Business Process Monitoring and Integration Monitoring, Job Scheduling Management, Data Consistency Management, Business Process Improvement, and Business Process Performance Optimization. These tools can help you monitor and improve the core business processes across your SAP systems. Now, if you are not aware, a business process is a series of steps performed by a group of stakeholders to achieve a concrete goal. For example, if you take a HR business process, it includes all the steps that are involved from the time a job is advertised till the person was hired and he retires or leaves the company at the end. There are so many business processes available when it comes to SAP. A company might use some or all of them depending on their requirements. Some of the core business processes that are most commonly used are called order to cash, procure to pay, record to report, hire to retire, plan to produce, and things like that. Anyway, now let's take a look at the Business Process Operations tool in detail. The first one is Business Process Monitoring. This functionality is used to monitor the performance of core business processes in your SAP systems. As I mentioned before, business processes contain multiple steps, and it is important to monitor and make sure that all those steps are executed properly without any issues. You can define metrics and set up alerts to notify you when there are any issues in the execution of the business processes. Interface Monitoring. This tool is used to monitor the technical integration between multiple SAP systems or SAP and non-SAP systems. For example, say you got an S/4HANA system in your SAP landscape and you have integrated it with SuccessFactors. Then you can monitor the integration and movement of data between these two systems using the Integration Monitoring tool. You can set up alerts to automatically notify you when the technical integration between the S/4HANA system and the SuccessFactors breaks, or even if the flow of data stops between these two systems. That's what the interface monitoring tool is used for. The next one is job scheduling management. Before talking about job scheduling, I must talk about background jobs. Otherwise, this tool or this information won't make sense. So a background job is a set of operations that happens automatically in the background of an SAP system without interfering the front-end normal operations. An SAP system might have hundreds of jobs, and if you have multiple SAP systems in your landscape, then it might all add up to few hundred jobs that you may want to maintain on a consistent basis. So job scheduling management helps you manage all your SAP background jobs from a central location so that it is easy to monitor and manage them without logging into multiple SAP systems quite often. Next one is data consistency management. This tool helps you ensure correct and up-to-date data is maintained between SAP systems at all times. An organization's SAP landscape usually consists of multiple SAP systems, and the data will flow between all of them or some of them. Sometimes due to technical errors, the data might get corrupted or become inconsistent when it goes from one system to the other, which will result in data inconsistencies, which in turn will affect the business operations of the organization. So the data consistency management tool will help you detect, investigate, correct, and even prevent data inconsistencies in your SAP systems. The next one is business process improvement. Using the business process improvement tool, you can monitor the key performance indicators of an SAP system. SAP provides thousands of standard KPIs which can be monitored using this tool so that you can get some transparency on how your business operations are performing and where are the bottlenecks located. Examples of a couple of key performance indicators are something like number of open items in accounts payable or accounts receivable, or how many purchase order items were created after an invoice was issued, and things like that. The next one, or the last one, is business process performance optimization. As mentioned previously, an end-to-end business process consists of multiple number of steps. It is important for all of those steps to perform optimally in order to complete a business process operation successfully. Business process performance optimization, or also known as BPPO, will help you detect any performance issue in one or more of the steps in an end-to-end business process. The next functionality we are going to talk about is called data volume management, or DVM. Data volume management is one of the most important functionalities of the Solution Manager. This tool helps you manage the size of the database of an SAP system. It helps you do that by providing guidance on the data that can be either archived or deleted from the SAP system or from the database. It provides information about top application areas of the system, which means which application area in the ECC or S/4HANA system like finance, sales, logistics contain most amount of data in the system. It provides information about system size, largest tables, which means which table has got more number of data or more amount of data, and the age of the records that are stored in the tables, and also provide recommendations on data reduction capabilities from the database. The next functionality we are going to talk about is called change control management. Before talking about change control management tool, I need to talk a little bit about changes in an SAP system and also about transports, so that this whole change control management tool will make better sense. So in SAP on-premise systems, they usually have three systems in a landscape. They are called development system, test, and production system. So say for example, take an S/4HANA system. If you want to install S/4HANA system in an organization, you usually have a sandbox system as well, and then development, test, and prod. But for the sake of simplicity, let's take a development system, test system, and production system into account. So whenever you want to make a configuration change or develop a new custom program, you do that in the development system. Then the changes you have made must be moved from the development system to the test system, where the testers usually test the functionality, and eventually the changes will be moved to the production system using a virtual container called as transports. So change control management functionality in the Solution Manager can be used to manage these changes in an SAP landscape. It can do a lot more than this, but this is the high-level explanation and purpose of this change control management tool. The next one is custom code management. This functionality helps you manage all the custom codes that exist in your SAP systems. A custom code is basically a non-standard program that is created by the customer, or a standard program that is altered by the customer in their SAP system. You can use this custom code management functionality to monitor and manage the complete lifecycle of custom developments, from the requirement gatherings to the retirement of the programming code. You can also continually optimize your custom developments, monitor the implementation, and track usage and quality of those custom developments. The next one is IT service management. ITSM or IT service management is simply how IT manages the end-to-end delivery of IT services to customers. This includes all the processes and activities to design, create, deliver, and support IT services. A typical example could involve a user experiencing a performance issue in one of the SAP systems. As a result, he or she is unable to perform her day-to-day work. So the user logs into the ITSM portal and creates a ticket with as much information as possible. Then the ticket would land in the IT team's queue, where incoming requests are sorted and addressed according to importance. It is not just used for basic IT support or ticket management purposes, but it has capabilities to oversee all kinds of workplace technology, ranging from hardware to service requests and business critical software applications. The next one is process management. This functionality helps you document and manage your end-to-end SAP business processes. Previously in the video, we talked about end-to-end business processes like the hire to retire. They consist of a series of steps which are usually documented in a Word document or in a Visio type of document. Using process management functionality in Solution Manager, you can either store those documents as documents itself, or you can actually define those business process steps in a modeling environment using drag and drop virtual boxes. This way you can manage your business processes in a holistic way, and there will be a single source of truth, and business documentation and system reality are always synchronized. The next one is project management. This component borrows some of the functionalities from SAP's project and portfolio management tool, which is also known as SAP PPM. Using functionalities like project time management, resource management, status updates, project preparation, scoping, scheduling, etc., you can manage any project from project initiation up until closing, whether it is an SAP or a non-SAP project. This is what the project management functionality can be used for. The next one is a test suite. SAP Solution Manager provides a comprehensive test suite full of functionalities that can be used to perform end-to-end testing of SAP and non-SAP applications. It has the capabilities to perform both manual and automated testing. Using the test management suite, you can perform operations like determining the testing scope, test planning, testing itself, and transferring those changes to production operations. It can also be integrated with other test management products like Tricentis, HPQC, and QTP. Focused Build. Focused Build is an add-on that can be installed on a Solution Manager system. It offers standard out-of-the-box functionalities to manage requirements and software development for large and agile projects. In other words, it offers predefined templates which can be used for managing SAP and non-SAP projects. The next one is Focused Insights. Just like Focused Build, Focused Insights offer predefined out-of-the-box templates and dashboards so that customers do not have to spend time and effort building dashboards from scratch. They can just use these templates and fill them with analytics the way they want. Now let's talk about what is the advantages of using Solution Manager in an organization. Solution Manager offers one integrated tool that offers multiple functionalities to perform end-to-end application lifecycle management, from monitoring the technical aspects of the systems, improving business processes, managing projects, change management, ITSM, manage custom code, manage database volume, until sending the required information to SAP. It can perform everything in one tool. It does not require additional licenses. As I mentioned previously, the usage rights for Solution Manager are included in the SAP support contract, so it saves license costs of using multiple third-party ALM tools and reduces the total cost of ownership of SAP systems in your organization. It can be used to manage both SAP and non-SAP applications. It can also be used to manage both cloud and on-premise SAP applications. And Solution Manager 7.2 can run on the HANA database and can be hosted on any of the hyperscalers like Microsoft Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, etc. And finally, Solution Manager 7.2 uses Fiori as the front end, thus providing a much better user experience when compared to its previous versions. Some of the challenges of using Solution Managers are the implementation effort. Implementation effort of Solution Manager can be very high. As mentioned previously, SAP Solution Manager contains hundreds of functionalities that enables customers to perform end-to-end application lifecycle management. But that in itself can get complex and really cumbersome, especially when customers try to implement a lot of functionalities in one go. And maintaining a Solution Manager can be time-consuming as well. Similar to the implementation efforts, maintaining a Solution Manager to ensure all of its functionalities are working optimally might require significant effort and resources. Since it has got a lot of moving parts, dedicated resources are sometimes required just to keep the lights on in Solution Manager. It is true, especially if you got a huge SAP landscape. And end users will require significant training in order to use Solution Manager's functionalities. If the Solution Manager is not set up properly, then there is a high chance that it might send incorrect information to SAP's customer profile, which in turn will cause issues while using SAP's support tools like Maintenance Planner and Early Watch Alert Workspace. If you haven't watched a part 1 of this video, I recommend you to do so, because in the part 1 of this video, I've explained how Solution Manager is used to send information about your SAP landscape to SAP so that you can continue to use tools like Maintenance Planner, Early Watch Alert Workspace, and things like that. In conclusion, SAP Solution Manager is a great tool. It contains everything an organization could ever need to manage their SAP and non-SAP IT applications. But at the same time, it can get complex while trying to implement, maintain, and operate its functionalities. So the best strategy to implement Solution Manager for your organization is to start small. Implement something simple like technical monitoring, which is easy to implement and maintain as well. Then slowly look into other functionalities one by one based on your organization's priority. Training the end users in parallel is vital as well. If the end users don't see the advantages of using Solution Manager, then Solution Manager will always be considered as just an IT tool. If you have made this far, thank you very much for watching the video. If you like the video, please give it a like, and I will see you soon in another video. Thank you. Bye.